I am going to hand it over to Miranda for testing.
Yeah, this is going to be a real quick one this time. Let me just redrop oh, okay, Cal's got the agenda in there. So for call to test for 2408, Mark mentioned the Palace Project updates. So especially if you're a consortium or someone that has multiple library settings for Palace Project, if you could add those settings into Aspen in 2408 and then check out and hold displays for users associated with those libraries, make sure that's okay for us so we can see that what we have is actually doing what it needs to do. And then aside from that, PTFS has great changes for summon. And if you want to test the new Grapes.js web builder stuff, let us know and we'll turn that on for you and you can get playing with it. And yeah, that's it. And oh, it's going back to Mark.
It is. All right, wanted to give an update on our server OS migration and status. We've been talking about this for a couple of months. We've got the first wave. So all of the test servers and implementation servers have been migrated. We've been able to really refine our processes to make sure that everything's coming across cleanly. So the first wave of production libraries are going to start on August 6th. Or the week of August 6th. August 6th. The the systems team at Bywater is going to be doing about 6 per day, about 3 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon to start. We are expecting a brief period of offline mode during the migration. That should be from just a couple of minutes to a little less than an hour is what we've timed so far. That is primarily as we kind of back up and restore the database to make sure everything comes over properly and you don't lose any information. That does depend on the size of your database. So smaller libraries will obviously have less offline time where you get the banner at the top that says, hey, we're offline. Actual downtime should be really minimal. It's really just we're switching one server to another. So that should be quick. And libraries will have a week's notice before their planned migration day. So we'll be reaching out to everybody around a week before your migration is scheduled to start. Any questions on that before we move on? All right, I'll pass it back to Jordan for priority planning and review.
All right, this is the time where we talk about what we did over the last release compared to what our plan was, as well as what our plan is for the next release. So on the left right here, you have the plan that we presented at the July gathering, and on the right, you have what we completed. So as always, our focus is typically on our partner priorities and our high priority bugs. So if you look through the release notes, you'll see ticket, 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 ticket. That's all of those things. E-commerce for summer 2024. We just finished up one e-commerce and we are getting ready to start the next one. The next one will be Clover. So I know we have a couple of libraries that use Clover. I'm excited about this one because I know that I've used it in stores. So it's going to be something that's really familiar to our patrons. You saw the last of the accessibility fixes that we'd planned for summer 2024. Of course, Aspen is fully accessible. Some of those were really focused more around usability rather than accessibility, but we just kind of lumped those all together. I've already talked to you about the lead notifications for account notices for Koha. Hopefully we'll be moving on to new ILSs soon with that one. Another thing that we're working on is the Sierra self-registration. So this is self-registration using the APIs. This is something that was of great interest to our Sierra group. So we're really excited to be able to do that for them. I can just see from the chat we had earlier how much excitement there is around the additional tools for diagnostics, words, and support. So we'll be doing more of those. Yes, audience is coming for sure. I didn't put support for Koha 2405 on here, but we did end up doing a certain amount of that as our early adopter partners went to Koha 2405. There were some tweaks that we needed to make, but we feel like we've done the majority of those right now, or we don't anticipate anymore. And then, of course, we were really excited to see the work on the Grapes.js that Mark just showed off that's coming to us from PTFS Europe. So I know that's going to make Web Builder that much better for everyone. Okay, what we're working on next time, as always, the partner priorities and high priority bugs. And then the rest are things that we've already seen that are gonna continue to work on. We're not starting any new initiatives this month. We see that we have 5 things going on. So we're just gonna keep on keeping on with those. But don't worry, we do have some fun things coming up. One that I'll mention that I just know is one of the top priorities that came out of the community meeting is the ability to reorder those formats. So it's not just the kind of alphabetical that we have right now. You can actually choose the order. So didn't want to put that on the board, but did want to mention it. Moving on with our agenda, this came up in open time last time. We had to pull back in June and say that we only supported iOS 15. This was due to a bug in React Native, again, what Lita is written in. So we didn't really have a lot of control over that, but that bug, we were able to patch that. We fixed it by upgrading Expo. So we can now say that we actually do support iOS 15, and that's all supported within the app. So I know that we got questions about this, just wanted to make that announcement. Oh, and also that you don't have to wait for 2408 for that. That's actually available now in 2407. So you should not be seeing any more of that weird behavior that the users on iOS 15 were seeing. If you do, please put in a ticket. And then one more thing for our folks with library branded Lita in the Google Play Store. You are being asked to update your account verification, or basically verify your account, verify that you are who you say you are. We've already had one library that passed their deadline, and because they couldn't get verified in time, their app was taken out of the App Store. We do not want this to happen to you, and we also cannot do anything about this. This is something that you, as the account owner of your account in the App Store, have to do. So what you need to do in order to check this is to go into the Google Play console. You can see the account details on the left right there. You will see, if you need to do this, you will see a notification at the top of when it needs to be completed. It will also give you a date that you need to start by. So it knows that this is a process that takes some time. So the date in the example right here is September 4th, 2024. So please get this started right away. This is something that's been happening with Google Play for almost a year right now. So if you have a newer app, you might not see this. So if you come in, you click into account details and you don't see anything here, you're probably fine. If you're worried at all, please just put in a ticket with us. We can go in and check your account just to make sure everything is squared away. I'm gonna check the chat real fast just to make sure we don't have any questions. We do have one, is optimizing Lita start times on the roadmap for the near future. We're actually always working on making that page a little bit faster. If you have an open ticket right now, we can look at it and try to see what is actually causing the slowdown in your case, because we know we're not seeing it for everyone, but that is definitely a ticket-worthy request. And I don't see anything else on there, so I am going to hand it back over to Morgan.
Great. Thank you, Mark and Jordan and Miranda as well. Always love seeing all the updates and the things that are coming. I'm personally very excited about the new web builder stuff, so I'm really excited to try that out. So I just wanted to take a moment to welcome our new Aspen Discovery partners. So for July, that was Howell Carnegie in Michigan. So their site is linked in the agenda. They've done a really amazing job with their theme. And one of I think the coolest things about them is they actually made, using JavaScript snippets and web builder, they kind of made their own homebrew stack maps type thing. Like, so if you go to their catalog and search for something and see, where they have available copies, there'll actually be a little map button that you can click, and it has an image with where that is on their shelves. So I just thought that was really cool and a creative thing that they put together themselves. So definitely check them out. Give them some love. All right. So next, just wanted to plug Aspen Academy as well. There was an Aspen Weekly that came out earlier today that was also plugging Aspen Academy. So definitely take a look at our offerings for fall 2024, because we have a lot of really good sessions lined up. So either click the link from the Aspen Weekly that came out, or just go to the Help Center. It's system message at the very top of the page. It'll take you right to the Aspen Academy page, and you'll be able to see what we're going to cover, and there's links to register as well. All right. And I see it. Yeah, I see Emily's your question in the chat. Jeremy from he's in the chat right there. So yeah, reach out to Jeremy at Howell Carnegie if you're interested in that. And I do have the snippet that they used, and he said that he is fine sharing it with the community. So yeah. I'm sure he could tell you how he did that and stuff though. All right, I'm going to pass it over to Kate to talk about AspenCon 2025.
Thank you, Morgan. I'm going to continue in the community spirit, and hopefully we'll all see one another at AspenCon 2025 in October 8, 9, 10, 2025. Again, 25 next year, not this year, in Nashville, Tennessee. So again, huge thank you to the Nashville Public Library for helping us out with the venue. Thank you to the planning committee and everybody involved in planning. For month of August, we have prepared a logo contest for AspenCon 2025. So please go to this link that's in the agenda. I'll also post it in the chat. And submit your logo. You have the entire month from August 1st to 31st to submit a logo. There is also a link to all the rules to the competition. If you prefer, for example, not to use the form, not to sign in with your Google account, you can also send it to me via email. There are certain criteria. For example, please include the name of the conference, the date, and the place, so we can all stay together. You do not have to follow the current color scheme of Aspen Discovery, so really let your creativity soar. In case you're looking for more updates on AspenCon 2025, you can join our Slack channel, AspenCon 25. All the updates will be in the always in the canvas, also on the community website about AspenCon 2025. We posting also on the general channel. So we really invite you to join the contest. The winner will receive a swag bag of different goodies, of course, featuring the winning design. It will be voted on by popular vote, so you will also get a say about what the next AspenCon logo is going to look like. And if you would like to get even more involved with planning, please join us. I have included a list of certain sections that you can get involved with. So, for example, if you have been an event planner in your previous life, or if you're looking for finally a chance to really boast your creativity on TikTok, you are more than welcome. Please join us at the next planning committee meeting, which will be on Wednesday, the 7th. It's at 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern. In case you're discouraged by the time, please let us know as well. Please reach out. We'll be more than happy to adjust it to accommodate folks from all different time zones as well. And in case you have any questions, again, Slack channel AspenCon 25, or if you prefer, you can just Slack me directly as well. And I can't wait. So I am also looking forward to seeing your logos. Thank you, and I'll pass it over to Tara for some community updates.
Hey everyone, just a reminder that the next Aspen community meeting is going to be in September, on September 16th. So that is 9 a.m. Mountain, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern. We would love to have you there. We have right now kind of an ongoing list of our top 5 development priorities that we've been kind of monitoring progress on. Jordan referred to that a little bit earlier. This is a great chance to sort of surface tickets, bugs that you're experiencing, see if other folks are as well. Last time we had some great discussion around just putting our heads together to solve some weird, kind of handling weird cataloging errors a little more gracefully, all kinds of fun stuff. So the community is such a great resource, and we really hope you'll show up. And I will also post the link to the next agenda in the chat. We've got 2 topics on there already, so definitely add your topics, and we will see you in September.
Thanks, Tara. All right, I'm gonna pass it over to see, is it Elise? Yeah, Elise is here for outreach updates.
All right, so tomorrow actually is our Oregon Summit at the Corvallis Benton Main Library. If you're in Oregon or anybody you know is there, please tell them to go. And then I have to mention, even though it's the Aspen gathering, COHA, the COHA US annual conference this year is in Round Rock, Texas from August 13th to 16th. And there's a virtual option this year, which is totally free. So please sign up for that if you're interested. And COHA Con 24 is in Montreal in September. So I would love to go to that. I've always wanted to go to Montreal. So if you can, that would be awesome. And then this is exciting. We are hosting a free virtual AI Innovations in Libraries virtual conference from September 16th to 17th. Again, this is completely free and it's virtual. And we're going to have a lot of great speakers and just delve into how libraries are leveraging AI and kind of address the scary things about it, but also the amazing things, and hopefully dispel some myths and misconceptions. So check that out. And that's it for me. Back to Jordan or Morgan. Thanks.
All right. So, I think now it's time to pass it off to Brendan, CEO of Bywater, for an announcement.
Hello, y'all. Right, so I think you've all seen my message that there's a new development company that is joining the Aspen community. And I'm very excited for this opportunity. I think it's going to be great for the community. What we want to do is we want to be inclusive, and we want to continue to build this community out so that you know, you all know me. I've always been open source. I've always been community based from the very beginning. And I think this is going to be excellent. It's going to be great. It's going to be great for our growth as a community. And I'm excited for us all to get together and keep growing this community. So I'm open for any questions, or we can move on, or.
I'd just like to say a little bit more about what we're doing as well. Just huge thank you to Nate and Brendan and all of Bywater for the wonderful start that Aspen has given and for growing all of this community with us. Mark and I decided to start Grove because we've heard what many of you are saying, that there's a lot more we can do for Aspen, especially for those that want additional special projects or special features that have funding to dedicate. We just really want to work on those projects with all of you. There's been a little bit of confusion. Mark and I are not leaving the Aspen community. We will continue to be at all of the community meetings and in the partner Slack. Mark will still be doing all of the merging of code for Bywater and the other support organizations, and library developers, just as he does now. Mark will also be doing open community office hours 3 times a week, starting Tuesday, August 13th. Obviously, we're still working for Bywater for a few more weeks. And that is more directed at development questions for anything support related, hosting related, implementations. Of course, that all goes to Bywater. They are your vendor for all of that. We're just doing support for development right now. So just wanted to say our end goal, similar to what Brendan said, is for all of you to be successful and to feel really supported with Aspen, both now and into the future. We both see Aspen as like our careers work. We've both been working on it for a really long time, and forming Grove is just an important step in making sure that the Aspen open source community is both expanding and strong. So again, thank you to Bywater, and we are here for questions as well.
All right, on to open
I'm gonna
time.
break silence.
Good.
Oh, no, someone asked, what does that mean for all of us, basically? And my response in chat was really nothing. You know, Bywater is going to continue to provide implementation, support, and hosting services with our extremely talented staff who have been brought up by Mark and Jordan. We're going to carry that torch forward and work very closely with Grove over the coming months on a very close basis. So, you know, if things do need to be asked of Mark or Jordan, we can always reach out. They've committed to us that their door is open for us, and we're going to have a close working relationship in an official capacity as well. We bring you know, additional members into the Aspen support team, you know, to kind of make up for the loss of Mark and Jordan for sure. Not that we ever could, but we will be bringing in more bodies so that more work can get done.
Yes, we are definitely hiring.
And I just want to echo what Jordan said in terms of thank you to Bywater. Like, it's been amazing, the support that Aspen's gotten over the last 5 years. And then, yeah, like Jordan said, it's a great way to expand the community. We're really looking forward to working with everybody. And then there was a question in the chat about, do we start with Bywater and they work with Grove, or start with Grove? If you've got development projects, we're going to be offering, there's also a question about what services. We're going to be offering either custom packages or prepackaged hours, kind of, where you can just say like, hey, I want 4 hours or 8 hours of time to do these 3 or 4 different things, as well as for bigger projects. If you've got something where you want to say like, hey, I want to build an events platform into Aspen, that's obviously more than 4 or 8 hours of work. So we would work with you on that specification process, and give you a custom quote, that kind of thing. And then in terms of starting with Bywater and working with Grove, or working directly with Grove, Grove will be doing all of its own billing. Certainly for, as Jordan said, all of your support questions and tickets, those still go to Bywater. They're your support and hosting provider. They do an amazing job at that. They always have. That's not changing at all. If you have development that you want to work on, we'd love to do that. So
I do want to remind everyone, this is the power of open source, is
Yeah.
that you have options and that everyone's inclusive. And we are always wanting to make sure that the open source community has the product and the developments done for them that's going to be best for the community. And so there are plenty of options on how to go about this. I do want to say that Mark and Jordan, we've accomplished a lot. It's been great. And so, I think everyone in the community is wishing you luck, and we're going to continue to support this.
I just want to reiterate that there are still Aspen developers at Bywater as well.
yes.
So it's not like the only source of Aspen development is leaving Bywater. So continue to submit your support tickets and development requests as you normally do. Grove exists now if you want to pursue paid development projects where you get that attention from them, but that's not your only avenue.
Thank you, Morgan. I was just going to really quickly speak to the power of that as well. Not only do we have extremely talented developers on staff at Bywater and at PTFS Europe, now we have a third place in Grove. And having these many development inlets into a community is the key to success and forward progress, especially in a community that's relatively new. So, this way you've got more features coming from more areas, more bug fixes coming from more areas, and it'll just speed up the rate at which you see the growth and spreading of Aspen in the library world. So definitely.
Yeah. There was a question about, will Aspen still be one code package? Yes. Nobody's planning to separate anything out. We're all contributing together. There was a question about who determines what goes in, and that's something that we all discuss. So it's something we all work together as a community. So and that's the great thing with having lots of different perspectives, and ultimately what everybody wants is what's best for the library. So throughout Aspen's history, as well as its predecessors in Viewfind and Pica, it's always been about the libraries and delivering value to libraries, and what they need so that they can best serve their patrons. And this continues that with additional avenues.
Mm-hmm. All right, I think we've answered all the questions that are in the chat, and should we move on to open time, or go ahead and?
Looks like there's one that just popped up.
Oh.
How custom development would merge into the core of Aspen. So I think it will all continue to be the core of Aspen. Things will continue to be designed in ways that work well for all libraries. As Cal says, we love toggles, so we're always looking to make sure that things will work for everybody. So the idea would be that, yeah, if you're doing custom development, like it's going to be part of core Aspen. It's not going to be a special thing for one library necessarily. One library may be sponsoring it and saying, hey, we really want to build X, but with the experience we have, we're going to make sure that X also works for all of the libraries. So we don't want to have open source is definitely a process. I've definitely had times when I was supporting multiple forks for multiple libraries that is therein lies madness, and we've got too many libraries.
And that is not our goal.
Yep, we have too many libraries in this space to have everybody have their own custom version. So
yep,
you can toggle things on and off, and we will keep having more and more options. So.
Yeah.
Any other questions about this announcement or anything else that was talked about today? Upcoming release stuff.
All right, I look forward to meeting with you all more, and I'm looking forward to how we build this community. That's always my most favorite thing is community building.
And we'll do. Thank you all. We appreciate each one of y'all. We'll do the Bill wave.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
See you next
Thanks.
time.